Today there are over 1 million people living in Cyprus, forming a single ecosystem. Having analyzed the Cypriot real estate market, we have seen a 15% increase in real estate prices. Residential properties continue to be attractive for long-term investors. The largest group that buys residential real estate on the island consists of foreign buyers who come from the third countries. Finally, the global trend and market rules have reached Cyprus. Lecce, Pomos and Polis are among the most promising tourist regions in Cyprus. Hello everyone. As you know, in 2020, SPM launched its own analytics system showing the here and now statistics for the Cyprus real estate market. The previous version of the report is available for download on our website. And today we are going to discuss a new report called High Yield Property Types in Cyprus 2023. This report discusses the property types that were in demand and generated the highest returns for those who invested in real estate in 2023. In the report, we'll cover all of the underlying data so that you have a full understanding of how the Cyprus real estate market is doing here and now. However, to take a deeper dive and crunch the numbers yourself, you can download the report using the link below. In 2023, global economic dynamics changed a lot due to a combination of economic crises and military operations worldwide. This instability slowed economic growth, disrupted supply chains, and caused increasing costs of raw materials and finished goods worldwide. According to the IMF statistics, the trends for year 2024 are similar, showing a decline in economic activity and predicting economic recession around the world. And yet, this situation has hardly affected the economic development of Cyprus at all. Inflows of immigrants and expats, the relocation of companies to the island, and the strong growth of local businesses are among the major economic trends in Cyprus today. Taking a look at real estate market and breaking down the numbers by region, Limassol is down 0.2%, Paphos 7.4%, and Famagusta, also known as Aia Napa, is down 1.8%, while Larnaca shows a surprising increase of 8.5%. Analyzing the real estate market in Cyprus, we see that the property prices went up 15%. This is due to two factors. Firstly, it's the number of immigrants and expats coming to the island and moving their companies here. And secondly, the war in Israel and disrupted logistics chains explain the increased cost of building materials and the related price hike in the Cyprus real estate market. Taking a closer look at the types of real estate properties which attract investor interest, you have several options. The primary one is residential real estate. Long-term investors can expect to earn between 5 and 25% return on investment per annum, depending on how you rent out the property. Long-term rentals can make you between 5 and 9% per annum, and the short-term rental property in a nice neighborhood can bring in between 12 and 23% per annum. Another category attracting investors in Cyprus is the elite real estate. We define elite real estate as apartments starting at 250,000 euro, as well as villas priced over 500,000 euro. Properties that are in tourist areas close to the sea generally offer the highest rates of return. Here you can expect to earn from 10 to 23%, depending on how you will rent this property. Of course, the most attractive will be properties located in tourist areas near the sea and within walking distance to the beach. One of the most interesting investment options is buying an off-plan property. Finally, Cyprus gets a taste of this global market trend. Buying off-plan, you can save 15 to 30% during the construction and development stages and resell the property at a profit once it is ready to move in. The expectation was that 2023 would show a decline of the Cyprus real estate market, but that's not what happened at all. Real estate in Cyprus continued to appreciate due to the mass migration in real estate purchases by foreign companies and foreign citizens. We see high demand for real estate next to infrastructure projects such as medical clinics, schools, and universities. Let's talk about residential real estate on the island. This property type is most common. It can be purchased from many Cyprus real estate developers and brings guaranteed returns from 5 to 23%. The most popular region to invest in residential real estate is Limassol, as it's the destination for most of the immigrants and expats. Larnaca and Paphos are not far behind, as many companies are starting to move to smaller towns from Limassol, the epicenter of the island, in order to reduce operating costs. The largest group buying residential real estate are foreign buyers, who come to Cyprus from third countries. They are mainly attracted by a state program providing them with permanent residency on the island. Once you make a €300,000 investment into a real property in Cyprus, it can automatically become a permanent place of residence for you and your family. The most popular region to invest in residential real estate is Limassol, as it's the destination for most of the immigrants and expats. Larnaca and Paphos are also popular hubs for relocating your business to the island. Yields on such properties vary from 5 to 9% for long-term rentals and from 12 to 23% for short-term rentals. Long-term rentals are usually located in the city center, in residential areas and residential neighborhoods located in the city suburbs. Tourist properties, apartments and villas located near the sea within walking distance to the beach provide good returns and are also very liquid. If you buy a property with an intention to resell, the overall prices for residential properties in Cyprus increased by 6% during the last year and surpassed the prices we saw in 2022. Again, this is due to the large increase in the number of immigrants as well as strong growth of business ventures both on and off the island, which attract a large number of investors to Cyprus. In 2023, demand grew and sales increased in the residential real estate market sector. All this is primarily due to the number of new residents coming to the island. In addition, developers reduced the number of new projects and increased the price for existing properties. Thus, in 2023, the number of new projects for sale on the island has decreased, while the quality of these projects has increased. Discussing areas with a high investment upside, there are 4 main regions in Cyprus: Limassol, Larnaca, Paphos, and Nicosia, the capital of the island. Limassol is the most popular among the Cyprus real estate investors. Here, one can find real estate for any taste and budget. The per square meter price of real estate starts at €2,000. On average, you should expect to pay €5,000 per square meter in this region, all the way up to €23,000. It's easy to find any type of real estate in this city, from small student apartments to city villas, as well as suburb villas with large plots of land. Commercial real estate sector is developing rapidly too. In this city, you can choose shopping centers, business centers, as well as other commercial spaces that can be rented out. Such investment can bring in 5 to 20% per annum. A region with great appeal for investors, Larnaca is the main air gateway of Cyprus. It has many active investors from Lebanon and Israel. In addition, the number of investors from Western Europe as well as Northern Europe has increased over the last year due to business relocations. Today, the upside of Larnaca is even higher, since in 2022 a large infrastructure project was approved for implementation. We are talking about a plan to redevelop its port, marina, and the coastal area. The plan includes a large number of tourist properties, hotel properties, and shopping and entertainment centers, a terminal to receive international cruise ships, as well as an extensive marina. The per square meter price starts at €980 and goes up to €2,740. You will find many favorable offers here with a promise of high ROIs for investors. This is the ancient capital of the island and the most popular tourist center of the island. It is my favorite city. Both residential and commercial construction is actively developing here. The city has undergone a total transformation. If you remember what Paphos looked like in 2008, you will agree it is a completely different city today. Here, investors will find many tourist properties near the sea, mainly apartments and villas, as well as apart hotels, available in the SPM portfolio, as well as residential and commercial properties in the city center. Paphos development trends are very dependent on the 3 local universities. First of all, the American University of Beirut with 4,500 students who need housing. Next one, TEPAC, the Architectural University with 3,000 students. And 2,500 students will attend a medical university whose first stone was laid recently. All these students need housing. This is a very positive signal for investors interested in real estate investment with a horizon of 10 years. SPM offers you help in negotiating with one of the universities to secure long-term lease agreements for the next 10 years. The minimum price of real estate in Paphos is €1,000 per square meter. The average price is €340 per square meter, and the maximum price of Paphos real estate can reach €14,500 per square meter. Nicosia, the capital of the island. Real estate here, this region, is more popular with the local buyers for both commercial and residential properties. Real estate in Nicosia can bring in from 5 to 9% per annum. Per square meter prices start at €1,410 and go up to €4,700. These types of properties are attractive for investors who look for a long-term investment with a very conservative exit strategy. Commercial real estate on the island started to develop recently, around 2016. This is when digital nomads began flocking to the island, more tourists starting visiting Cyprus, and IT businesses became more active in establishing base in Cyprus, taking advantage of the IP box regime and the reduction of tax to 2.5%. Discussing the types of commercial real estate which can bring high income, we should single out apartments with the idea of renting them out long-term or short-term rent. Business centers are also popular, especially in cities such as Larnaca, Limassol and Paphos. We should also mention distressed properties. These can be purchased at a low, below market price and sold at a profit after some investment in renovation or upgrades. And then there are hotels and apart-hotels which are located all over the island. Also, talking about commercial real estate category, I would mention escape hotels, as they will be a popular investment in 2024. These hotels are located in the mountain areas of Cyprus and provide a chance to relax and get away from the never-ending stress of the city life. Some of the most attractive tourist properties are located in areas of Cyprus, which may be unfamiliar to most investors. First of all, Paphos, the ancient capital of the island. Paphos offers a large number of local attractions and hosts the most foreign tourists. Secondly, we should talk about Ayia Napa, in the east coast of Cyprus, where you can see the sun rising out of the sea. This area offers multiple hotels with low prices. Young travelers from around the globe are attracted to this area by the low costs, white beaches and azure water. Investment properties in this region can include both apartments to be rented out on Airbnb, as well as larger hotel complexes and apart hotels which you can purchase as investment. I'd like to also mention two unusual areas that are very attractive for tourist real estate investment right now. Firstly, Troodos, a mountain range of Cyprus with many beautiful views. We call it the Cyprus Switzerland. Towns like Platris are now actively developing, offering a small number of active hotels and many more hotels under renovation. These can bring you 12 to 16% per annum due to skillful management and a large tourist flow, consisting mainly of Cyprus local residents. Also, I should highlight the northwest of Cyprus. Lachipolis and Pomos are among the most promising Cypriot tourist villages. They are surrounded by pristine recreational areas full of gardens, forests, mountains, and unusual coastal landscapes. Minimum entry threshold for investment in tourist real estate in Cyprus is €200,000 for Paphos, Larnaca, and Ayia Napa. This amount enables you to buy a small apartment and then rent it out on Airbnb. Polis and Pomos are different. There are no ready-to-sell properties here, and rental apartments or apart hotels are simply not available. To invest here, you will need to buy the land, obtain a permit, become a developer, and then build your own tourist property. On average, the entry threshold is between 2 million for a low-end tourist project and 36 to 50 million for a large hotel that can be renovated and included into an international hotel chain. For full information on how these business models work, you can contact us and ask for a consultation. In addition to investment-ready tourist facilities, the infrastructure facilities on the island are very attractive. These facilities include clinics, schools, sports centers, as well as innovation hubs with ecosystems of their own. Today, there are over 1 million people living in Cyprus, forming a single ecosystem. Its demand is now large enough to justify investment in infrastructure. The investment model for infrastructure facilities can yield 9 to 25% per annum depending on the facilities you choose, from 14–15% per annum for hospitals to 12% for hotels and 5 to 15% for business centers, 9 to 25% for sports centers, and 15 to 30% for innovation hubs, depending on the business model you realize at the hub. SPM Company employs a group of consultants who can assist you to effectively implement any investment model for infrastructure facilities. To find out more, please contact us today. Finally, let me share some advice regarding long-term and short-term time horizons. If you plan to invest long-term 5 to 10 years, I recommend choosing infrastructure projects, business centers, and real estate projects with social responsibility. If you plan to invest short-term, 2 to 3 years, it's better to choose apartments, get involved in renovating and flipping properties, and in general, take advantage of the properties already available in Cyprus today. To obtain the full report, analyze detailed statistics, and improve your decision-making in the Cyprus real estate market, download the report at the link below. To receive up-to-date news on living and investing in Cyprus, subscribe to the channel, press the bell button, and see you on the sunny island.